former Undersecretary of Trade Investment Promotion, was here. He called me and I said, "Sir, may I ask you to be an additional speaker at our panel?" And yesterday he agreed, so here is. Very glad and very proud, and it's my honor that he accepted. So thank you.
So regarding global competitiveness and innovation, maybe we'll start with Mr. Pedro. Can you comment on how you're seeing the recent exploitation of technology and innovation in ways that you've seen to help the Philippines become more competitive?
Well, definitely. Remember, it's a very small, wide world, not even wide. Now, all of this is available. In fact, the Philippines right now is almost in the virtually at par with all of the advanced nations when it comes to technology. In fact, part of my trip here, but this is a special trip. Yesterday, I met up with he's an innovator and at the same time a VC expert. I went to see the latest technology being developed in water filtration. Back home, I took a sabbatical joining government for close to 3 years. I joined the President Noynoy Aquino government. I was recruited to join. But prior to this, I've been a businessman, an entrepreneur, and my field is utilities, electric distribution, water distribution. And so going back to the private sector last month, I'm shadowing the companies, but really what I'd like to spend time now on is development, technological development for the companies that we have. And it's amazing. For example, well, let's say water filtration, the reverse osmosis technology is the state of the art, what is known all over the world for desalination, for filtration. But right now, I'm seeing new developments in changing the way water is going to be filtered. An osmosis system is a filtration, using filters or some form of processing through filters, membranes they call it. Now it's not that anymore. The changes are, let's say, breaking up the water cell, breaking it up into smaller nano-components in one quarter, and see how we can remediate that water cell, not through filtering the impurities or the things that you want to filter out, but be more inclusive, be more generic. So, again, as I said, I say this because that's how close we are to the Philippines. I know perhaps with the developed countries, when they talk about the Philippines, they may think of it still as backward in technology, delayed or late rapid technology. I'd like to say that because the world has become smaller, we are, as Dato has said, we are at par. What Judy has been introducing, this really makes us at par with the leaders. And of course, practically all the major multinationals, like GE, for example, in the Philippines for the longest time. They are sharing almost almost simultaneously things that are being developed here in Europe, they're being introduced simultaneously. I think that's a good start to say that the Philippines is really at par when it comes to technological change, at least very much in the group when the technology changes are being talked about.
Thank you. It's very interesting. Environmentally clean green technology will be valuable for global application, not just in the Philippines, but in many countries. I wanted to approach our other panelists for their comments on how they've innovated to be more competitive in real estate and also software.
Oh yeah, okay. Just to give you a background about the Philippines, in real estate we have a backlog of about 4 million housing. As of last year, that's 4 million. That's a big challenge for everybody in the Philippines. And with the expertise and with the expertise of most of the developers there, we can only facilitate about 100,000 a year. So assuming everything is constant, nothing is actually being created, it's only about 2.5% capacity. So we will not be able to address the issue within about 40 years. So the challenge right now is technology. How will you be able to create new houses, new commercial developments, at the same time creating the value proposition, which is quality? Because many developers in the Philippines before are creating developments which are actually not in good conditions. After 3 years, after 5 years, that's a big challenge. That's actually one of the major reasons why most of the investors in the Philippines are having a setback whenever they have investment to properties in the Philippines. So right now, with our company, Ayawalan, we are into innovations such as technologies in building new buildings, new residential developments. We are even into green developments. So it's more sustainable now. So instead of creating developments just for developments, we are creating sustainable environments now. So that's actually the key right now. In fact, I just want to share with you, last week recently I just came back from the Philippines from an international real estate development summit. And I was surprised most of the countries in Asia are actually admiring the developments in the Philippines. Let's say, for example, good enough is our development in Bonifacio Global City. That's the one big example that they have. It's actually globally competitive compared to other countries, let's say Japan or even in Singapore. So technology right now is very important for us because we wanted to sustain quality developments as we address the issue of housing needs in the Philippines.
Would you like to comment on how you use technology to innovate in software applications?
So we're a Java outsourcing firm focused on product engineering. Most of our clients are product companies as opposed to IT departments. We started in 2005 as a two-man operation initially. Basically, the idea was me and my business partner worked here for 9 years and worked with really great developers. I worked with, in my job as well, I worked with a lot of great developers from outside the country. The last team I worked with was a Ukrainian team. One of them was a Linux committers and picture. And basically, we didn't think Filipino developers were any less talented or any less capable as the developers we work with. These were some of the best in the world. So basically, the idea of Orange Brand was we could just get Filipino talent at farming the best in the world and apply best practices, our ideas, agile software development, some Pojo technologies like Spring and Hibernate, domain-driven design, test-driven development. We could come up with a company that would a software development team that would be the equal of other software development teams in the world. So we did that, and there was people, the clients were receptive. We even did a project a couple years ago with Cisco here. So a lot of American, Australian, even one European product firm has been very happy with our work. And we do a lot, instead of just doing, say, grunt work, which is what outsourcing is mostly about, we also take charge of a lot of the core design for architecture. So it's
Thank you. So we have a very interesting panel here. The pattern of the messaging I'm hearing is they're each aggressively applying innovative ideas and technology to solve problems locally. And the time is good. Like Dado would say, you know, we can move the needle. And as Christina talked about in the beginning, you know, where we're coming from will help you guide where you're going if you understand who we are as a community. So it's no accident that the Philippines has learned lessons in the last couple decades of struggle economically, and now a lot more competitive, not just in Southeast Asia, but globally. So I think the opportunity here is to have the confidence and be creative and to believe in the talent to achieve global competitiveness. So before we close this panel and go to our lunch break, what I'd like to do is go around our panel really quickly, see if they have any practice tips or warnings from lessons learned that they each want to recommend to entrepreneurs who want to embark on your own projects now, because it feels like this is the time for the Philippines to rise. So I'll just go around the panel here.
I can talk hours here because my job when I was at TTI, Undersecretary and Chairman of the Board of Investments, is to promote investments in the Philippines, both foreign direct investments, FDIs, and PTIs, domestic direct investments. But all I can say is, please keep the Philippines in mind. It's in the radar of all the investors in the world. Definitely, the stock market is already booming, it's correcting, I know right now, but I think this is a temporary correction, but that is well taken care of. I will talk about that. But we still definitely are short of FDIs. President Noynoy is doing a very, very good job. Our first quarter GDP growth was at 7.8%, the best in Asia, even overtaking China by 0.1%. So it is very good. And the continuing perception, because remember, many of economic development activities are perceptions. And it's very important that the foreign community, foreign business investment communities continue to have a very positive perception of the present administration. And of course, in the Philippines, that perception is being confirmed. It continues to have high confidence ratings. For a president in the mid-term of his 6-year term, he's breaking the record of sitting president at mid-term. The confidence level remains very good. So with this kind of confidence level, we believe that